Hello, welcome. This is our global vision quest. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to dive in with you. We are going on an epic journey to get the next level vision for your life and also for our collective. So excited. Let's start off with, I'd love to hear, where are you in the world as a global vision quest? Just type in the chat, where are you coming from in the world? I am here in Canada. And I would love to start with really acknowledging the land where we are. We are all on this earth at this time. And just taking a moment to acknowledge the place where you are on this earth. Texas, Denmark, Cape Breton Island. Hey, that's so cool. North Carolina, Big Island, Hawaii, Canada. Oh my gosh, we've got Europe and the States. Canada, it's so beautiful. Taking a moment to actually feel the land where you are, where you're going to be visioning from today. You know, in Canada, we have a thing of land acknowledgements, which I think is so beautiful. And I love that this has been integrated. This to me is one of the new paradigm things that is happening in the world, where we do take a moment to acknowledge where we are, the land that is supporting us at this time. So just in your own way, doing that for yourself with the land that you're representing that is supporting you at this time. Beautiful. So we are going on a global vision quest. Get your journal. If you can, print it off. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. Just have some kind of paper. If you've got your own journal or any kind of just loose paper, whatever is going to be easy for you to do this, but definitely have somewhere that you can record your insights, sketch out the visions that come through. It is amazing, the things that do come through. If you want to have your markers ready so you can sketch things out, then do that. For this 3-day journey, we are going to be doing some guided visualizations. We're going to have panel discussions, which is going to be so cool to hear from different people, different perspectives on what the iconic essence is, how to claim the power of it, and really how to put it in action. And today's guided visualization is all about discovering your iconic essence. I see Portugal as well, BC, Oregon, Denmark. Yeah, it's amazing. Quebec. Hey, Quebec. Wonderful. So just as we're settling in, I'd love to introduce myself and let you know where I'm coming from in this and the sacred space that has been created for you to journey to get your next level vision. So vision quests are things that people use all over the world. I mean, in all traditions and cultures, I think they have some form of a vision quest, right? It's like a type of a rite of passage. In Australia, there's the walkabout, right? And in different places, there's medicine journeys with plant medicines. Some people, the 40 days, 40 nights. I mean, you can just look back and you can see there's so many points where people have gone on these journeys to really get a vision. And they typically happen at transitional points in our life, right? Maybe if it's someone who's going through puberty, or a woman who getting her first blood, or, you know, from moving into that adulthood, or maybe there's been a death or a loss, and then there's this transition of figuring out your life after that, or a birth of some kind, or changing careers, moving. There's these transitional points where it's like one chapter starts to come to its completion and a new chapter opens up. And the vision quest is a way to get a vision to kind of activate that new path, that new chapter. When we have a vision, it's like we get ignited. It's like the light turns on in the room and suddenly you can see the direction where you want to go. There's the passion, there's the fuel. It lights things up. It's incredible, actually, when it happens, and it's undeniable. And it's undeniable when we really tap in. And so for this journey, I want to invite you to let this be real for you, to really tap in. Make this sacred for yourself. You know, the beauty of this time in our history is that we can connect online. This is like a new type of a vision quest, right? And we are at different places all over the world. I mean, that in itself is incredible, that we can kind of light up and activate this at the same time globally. That is a new phenomenon, really, for this type of medicine work, And so let this be sacred for you. Doing this on your own, you're in your own space, or maybe you're with some friends, that's great. But really, it's your own journey. And yet we are in a collective space. We're in an amplified space because we've come together for this purpose to do this. So letting yourself receive that opportunity, that invitation for this experience, and make it sacred for yourself in whatever way that means for you. I know for myself, I really, cleared the space. I did a lot of preparation to be here and to start to feel into, what this means to me. Why do I want to do this vision quest? And I'll share a little more about that. And I'm hoping I can hear from you as well, what this is about for you. We're going to be setting intentions and then going into a guided visualization. But I do want to start with a bit of a story, because vision quests are something that have been very important in my own life. And it's something that a very significant vision quest that I went on that actually took me over 5 years. I was in a vision quest for over 5 years. This is over 20 years ago now. And I'd like to share the story of that and kind of how that set things up for really today, and also where I'm feeling things are at and moving forward. So over 20 years ago, I had come out of school to be an artist. I went to university for fine arts. I studied in an honors fine art program for 4 years. I loved every second of it. That in itself is a vision quest. I mean, you're just like totally absorbed in art and visioning and creativity and imagination and making your imagination real and all of that. It was incredible. And so I never really thought about what was going to come after school. I was just so absorbed and into what I was doing. And then school completed, I got my degree. And then I thought, well, I guess I'll just go be an artist, and so that's kind of what I tried to do. And I was trying to do my art, but suddenly and very quickly, the reality really came like crashing in, where it's like, oh, wow, I have to make a lot of money. I have to make a lot of money to support my studio, to get the supplies, to all this stuff. And I was just completely overwhelmed by kind of being like pushed out of the womb of having all that beautiful time to focus on my art. And then suddenly feeling like, wow, I really need to figure life out, and I need to make some money fast. I need to support myself. I need to start a life. I need to get a home. I need all these things. And I remember just being in such a overwhelmed state, like it was really humbling, actually. It was a real humbling sort of breakdown type of moment. And I remember I would just go for these hikes in nature. Nature really soothed me and supported me. And I just started to pray. And I have had no formal background in praying. It wasn't, I always felt like I could connect with spirit, but this was like a whole other level of like, it was so deep in me, the need. I was praying for like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to survive? How am I going to follow my heart, make money, be an artist, love my life, enjoy myself, have a great time, like all these things. And I remember on this one hike in particular, I got a very clear message, and it came in words. And it said, walk it out. It just said, walk it out. And I was just like, kind of checked in. I'm like, is that what I heard? Walk it out. And I was thinking to myself, I was walking. I was in the forest. I'm like, I am walking. And I just felt like I got to really walk this out. And I had an idea from those words. Okay, I'm going to get a job walking, because this is what my job is right now. I need to walk it out. I need to get the guidance, hear the vision, like see it, taste it, get a sense of it. What am I going to do? And so I applied for a job at Canada Post to be a letter carrier. And I made this deal, and I signed a contract with the divine that said I would walk 10,000 kilometers So in Canada, we use kilometers. In the States, miles. It's just over around 6,000 miles. I'm going to walk 10,000 kilometers. And at the end of that, this is my vision quest. At the end of that, I want to know what to do with my life. How am I going to be an artist? How am I going to follow my heart? How am I going to make money? How is this going to work? What is my path? And so I did get a job at Canada Post. They stationed me as a truck driver first, I have to say, for the first year. But after that, I started walking. And I walked every day for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a day for over 5 years. For over 5 years. And I recorded my kilometers when I would get home. And every single day was a meditation for me that included screaming, crying, praying, some insights, some visions. But in that time, this was kind of like my 40 days, 40 nights, but it was 5 years, just over 5 years. And I was cleansing. I was shedding all these belief systems. It was like shedding, humbling, getting to the actual essence of who I am. The essence of who I am, clearing all the ideas of who I should be. What does this person think I should do? Oh, how does everybody else do it? How does everyone else run a business? How does everybody else do it? It's like shedding, till what was left was my essence. And when I reached the 10,000 kilometers, was to the same month that I moved into this beautiful studio, this gorgeous 3,000 square foot studio with windows all around, 15-foot ceilings overlooking a lake. And I am still in this studio today. This is where I'm coming from right now here in Canada. Been here for almost 20 years. And at the completion of that 5-year vision quest, I had shed enough to reach my essence, to be able to hear clearly what my path was. And I had a vision. And when I had that vision, things went quickly. Things started to go fast because it's like your vision is light. Your vision, when it comes from your essence, when it comes from your soul, it is light. And think of the speed of light. Things go fast when light is moving through you. Things go fast then. But there is a journey sometimes, and for me, for sure, a lot of cleansing to allow that light in, to remember that light, to let it breathe through me, to let it lead me, to trust it, to clean up the limiting beliefs that were doubting that light. And so at that time, things started to go quickly. I started my business. I very clearly knew what my path was in that. I developed the Soul Art certification. I developed International Soul Art Day, global events, global art events, Yoni Art Fest, New Icon, all these projects. And it was just pouring out because my essence was in the lead. And now, all these years later, I feel like I've been riding the dragon. I've been riding a rainbow dragon during this time. And I felt a similar thing to what I felt years ago, similar but different. That feeling of those questions coming back, like, what's my path? What's the next chapter? What's going on this planet? What are we doing? What is the next level? Where is this going? What is being asked of me next? And as I started feeling that, I knew that next level vision quest was starting to rumble. And I could feel it in our collective as well, with so much changing. When everything starts changing, it brings up the questions. It's a difficult experience to be in the unknown of a question when you have something and you don't have it figured out yet. And you want to be able to apply your energy, you want to be able to do something, but you don't quite have the exact step, or you don't have all the pieces in place yet, or it can feel like it's just so like going through molasses, And so those moments, which I feel collectively we're kind of in with so much shifting and a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, the beauty of these moments, they start to shed us of beliefs that aren't going to fit the next chapter. It starts to kind of, my experience of it is kind of, it's humbling, right? You start taking away some of the things that you thought you identified with, or you thought were secure, or you thought you had the answers to it. And then it kind of leaves a little bit of a rawness, a little bit of a nude feeling. And in that tenderness, I feel it's critical ingredient to reach that kind of tenderness, because then we're actually open. We are actually open to receive, to connect with our essence at the level that it needs us to meet it. Our essence is light. Our essence is our soul, right? It's like the fingerprint of our soul. And it's light. It's consciousness. It's pure energy, pure power. And to be able to meet it, sometimes things get kind of stripped away a little bit, and it can feel like uncertainty. New questions come up. But when we look at it from a bigger perspective, it's perfectly designed, because it pulls our attention like, wow, like I got to figure this out. And it makes us want to open to receive the guidance for what's next. So I want you to think about, in your life right now, what led you to this? What made you think you even wanted to do a vision quest? Do you already have an experience with that? Is that something that is this a new concept to you? Or is this something you've done vision quests? You were on one for 5 years maybe, or maybe you're on one every month and working on it. Maybe you're working the moon cycles and on a quest and, sort of getting a vision with the different cycles. And, maybe it's something that's new to you, or maybe it's something that is very familiar through lifetimes even, maybe. But thinking about what brought you to this one at this time. Why now? Are you feeling the rumblings on the planet? Is it disrupting things in your life? Is it making you think about how you were doing your career one way and maybe it wants to, you don't know, but maybe it's asking to go another way? Is it changing relationships? Are health issues coming up that are asking your body is asking for your attention? Like what's going on? So we're going to start with a little bit of journaling. You can share as well in the comments. I would love to hear, like what brought you here? Why are you here? Why do you want to do a vision quest? And I'm also going to invite you to just start to, you can take some notes if you are working with the journal. It's super handy. I love having a journal. I always this is one of the ways I like to create a sacred container for an experience. I create a journal that holds that experience so that I have one place that it's all there, like it's holding it. And the entire journey, we're doing 3 days. And things are going to be building, things are going to be unfolding, even in your dream time, right? We're putting things in motion for this journey. And so having a journal, and if you don't have the actual printed journal, then, just have a way that you can keep papers together maybe, or on your computer, however you're doing it. So you can start here on day 1. Why do you want to do this vision quest? Take a moment to write some of that down and think about that for yourself. Why do you want to do this? Angela says, I need to reinvigorate my life and creativity. Yeah, well, you're definitely in the right place. Because when we get a vision, really, it's when we tap into who we are. There's this remembering, and it's like we get resourced. We get refueled and reinvigorated, replenished with the substance of which we are. And then from there, it's like that energy wants to grow, it wants to bloom, it wants to blossom, it wants to become. And so it is like being reinvigorated, absolutely. Ellie says, I'm here to deeply commit to the knowings in my soul. Yeah, thank you for saying that, because one of the things that I kind of mentioned a bit when I was sharing about my own vision quest, doing the 10,000 kilometers, years of that time. Now, we don't need to do this in years, but I did that years ago. Years of that time was cleansing and cleaning up the beliefs of doubt and shoulds and shame and, just things that were like so that the truth of me just could be, that I could just trust it. So sometimes the vision quests are almost like cleansing, sheddings to let what is already there be known and honored, fully received, right? That's one aspect of a vision quest. Another aspect is sometimes like we're really getting like a download. Like it's like, you can see something like, wow, like, oh, I see what I want to create next. Sometimes it comes through like that. Sometimes it does come through with kind of like a guidance of words. So there's many ways and many reasons why we're here. So I love hearing this. Tracy says, I have a choice to make this week. Oh, yeah, well, this is the time to get some guidance, right? A substantial investment in myself. Ooh, to go forward with my next chapter. Very exciting. Oh, there's more. To move on and evolve. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Yeah. Oh, Debbie, I didn't see that. So Tracy, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Well, this is the time. Good timing. Debbie says, I'm having major health issues. I feel I need to start focusing on myself. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're already getting the clues. And so, that is that, although it's, who wants to have a challenge, right? Like nobody's wanting to have a health issue. Nobody wants to have like a business issue or a relationship issue. Nobody wants it. But in the divine perspective of it, it does bring our attention to something. And in that, we get the chance for growth. And so I can hear, Debbie, that you're already sensing like, you feel the need to start focusing on yourself. It starts to point us towards the path. So you're already going that direction. So that's wonderful. Fabienne says to reconnect with soul art and myself, to go forward to my next chapter, to move on and evolve. Yes. And sometimes we need to like sync up. We need to sync up with our soul so that we get that momentum and feel like we're ready to do it. And just like what I was sharing earlier, your soul, your essence is light. And think about, people talk about the speed of light, right? When we are totally synced up, there is a certain kind of speed to it, not like a hyper, it's not like overwhelming, but there's like, it moves, it goes. And sometimes we have to get our life ready for that, that momentum that is going to happen. So again, sometimes the vision quests are the cleansing, the preparing, the getting ourselves aligned so that we're ready to go. We have what we need and we're ready to go. That's why it's like resourcing, being resourced. All right. Violet says, so much was taken from me and I have grieved. Now I'm ready to recommit myself to my path. I honor you for going through the process of grief. That in itself is a vision quest and an accomplishment because it requires such a depth of willingness. And sometimes you don't even think you have the willingness necessarily because it sort of happens, but the willingness to feel so deeply and to come face to face with very difficult emotions and feelings, and that just cracks you open. And so I honor you for having done that work. And now it's like, now your life there's a new chapter for you. Lila says, my soul is communicating something to me through health, and I want to listen and have the breakthrough that my soul is calling for. Yeah, you're in the right place. I'm so happy you're here. Wonderful. Soulful Arts says, I am here now to revision my life and purpose at this stage in my life. Yep. These transitional stages, it is like, this is the time. All right. So just kind of, honor it for yourself. It's like a land acknowledgement. You're honoring the lay of the land of your life. What got you to here? Okay. And then just starting to feel into what specifically do you want to, what is this about? Some of you have mentioned it already. What is it about? What do you want a vision about? What is it that you want to get out of it? When I did my vision quest years ago, the 10,000 kilometer one, I was like, I want to know how to follow my heart and make money. Like that's the way that at that time, how I thought about it. That's what I wanted. I've had others that I've done, and it's like, okay, I want to have clear skin. Guide me, give me the vision, prepare me, align me, sync me up, do whatever. I want clear skin. So when we go on these vision quests, there is something that we're seeking. We might not be able to name the result or the outcome, but there is something that we're desiring. And often a challenge is the thing that clarifies that desire. And so sometimes if there is a health issue, if there is a sense of stagnation or not knowing how to move forward, it's like, well, then we want to experience health. We want to feel like we can move forward. We want to feel passion. We want to feel inspired. So a good place to look is kind of like the challenges, right? And you can start to write some of those down for yourself. You can share if you'd like. What are the challenges that you are being faced with now? And this is where you get to start to be nude with yourself. You start to get a bit raw with yourself, right? Often we have to sort of present a certain way, but like our real feelings, this is where get real. Like this is where you get to be real. And just if you're having a struggle, you get to have that struggle. The struggle is one of the ingredients in your transformation. And so you don't have to sugarcoat it. You get to have it, you get to acknowledge it, and let it give you exactly what it needs for the evolution of your life. Meaning it's like, maybe it's to clarify a desire. So the challenge is, and I will also note too, on a global level, this is why I feel I'm so happy that we're journeying together with this, because on the world level, like look at all the challenges going on. Right? Like we're in a transitional time for sure for humanity and the planet and the structures and the systems, the structures and systems of society. It's like we are in a transitional kind of rite of passage from one way of doing things and one way of being on this planet to, right? What? Right? And I think as each of us do these types of vision quests, each of us taps into what is truly inspired and guided, we start to reshape and reimagine our world. All right. Krista says, I want to shed light on any thoughts, actions, beliefs that are holding me back. Yeah. And so my question for you, Krista, would be holding you back from what? Because basically what it's holding you back from is probably actually what you want. So it's like, let's say you want to move forward in your career, your relationship, or with some aspect of yourself. That's the vision quest is to serve that. And then these things it will shed light on those things for sure. So so my question to you is like, for what is it for? What would happen if you're not being held back? Where is it that you actually want to go? And that's going to start to crystallize something there. All right. Cindy says, I am resisting the aging process. Yeah, I get it. Learning to love the silver hair and loosening skin is not easy. The transition is not what I expected. Yeah, I hear you. I was so inspired the other day. I was watching, is it the SAG Awards? This is just a little side note, but this is our society, right? So, and people look beautiful. It's wonderful. And I was so inspired. Pamela Anderson went up and presented with no makeup. I'm sure, does everyone know Pamela Anderson? So she was like a sex symbol back in like the 90s type of thing. And, and really like had that type of beauty expression, right, of that age. And now as she is going through the aging process, it felt revolutionary to watch that redefinition of beauty. And just, I'm so inspired. So the idea of the aging process, we are in such a powerful time to really redefine what that means. And now each of us will have our own experience with it. Sometimes when things happen, our body's getting our attention. Maybe we need some extra care. Maybe the vision quest will reveal to you, your vision quest will reveal what it means for you. But I just want to kind of add in my thoughts. I love that you're exploring that. And I think that this is we're in that point where it's being redefined, what is aging, and it's exciting. I think it's an exciting, actually an electric topic. All right, Annie says, I can't work due to health. Seeking my purpose. Ever since Soul Art Day, I started painting and creating again. It's awesome. I do have loads of challenges on my path. I am surrendering to this vision quest. Wonderful. I'm so happy you're here and continuing your journey. And yeah, when there's health struggles, it's hard to even do anything sometimes. Sometimes just, just even, it's an accomplishment sometimes to just, go grocery shopping or something. And so honor yourself for what you are doing. And I am so happy you're here. All right, Hamera says, my challenge is getting clarity on what I exactly want, or deep down, I do know, but often lose contact with it and get lost inside myself. Yep. Yeah, I think that probably everyone can relate with that for sure. Okay, so what we're going to do is from the things that are coming up, I want you to start to clarify your desire for this. We're going to set the intention, and the intention starts to activate the vision quest, right? So we're like massaging the soil here and, getting the, lay of the land. Your intention is kind of like, you put the seed in, and then we go on the journey, and that starts to nurture that seed to grow. The intention is that what is it you want to do this about? And so as you're recognizing your challenges, and be honest with yourself about that, and then see what does that challenge actually mean for you in terms of having that challenge. Is it clarifying what you really want? Is that challenge giving focus to, it's like, wow, like I want to feel good in my body at any age. And I don't know how to do that, but I want to find out, right? So our challenges help us to clarify what matters. So let your challenge give you that, okay? And let it reveal a deeper desire. Now, we don't always need a challenge to know our desires, but it's a good way to have a relationship with a challenge where you receive it and you let it teach you how to move forward with your life, like what matters to you. So what are the desires? All right, so take a moment, you can write it down, you can share in the comments. What are your desires for this vision quest? And maybe you've already kind of got that with the things that you're saying, but you can still write about it if you need to. Brenda says, where can I put my energy and attention to bring me fulfillment and financial security? Yeah. It kind of reminds me of when I was saying, how can I follow my heart and make money, right? It's like, yeah. And I think that is such a worthy exploration to align our love, what lights us up, what our joy is with the money systems, so that they don't have to be kind of opposing, but actually how do we let our true path and money work together? I think that is a very worthy exploration. Susanna says, I want to be aligned with my inner voice and being able to set healthy boundaries in all my relationships, even myself. Be at peace in and with me. It's beautiful. Okay. All right. So I can hear that the desires are coming forward. So I invite you to turn that desire into an intention. So if the desire is to follow your heart and make money, if the desire is to be at peace, right? And allowing yourself to claim what this vision quest is for you. What is it you're going on this journey for? Okay? And your intention is your statement of your intent for the journey. And this is how you also take ownership, right? Like there is a container set for you. There's a beautiful journey that's laid out for you over these 3 days. And there is an intention that is held for all of us, myself included, and the entire experience for all of us to illuminate our next level vision. So that intention is holding this experience. But you get to claim your own autonomy, your own desire, and set your own intention for your journey. So allowing yourself to do that. And you can make it like, it can be words like, I had that walk it out. And that started off the vision quest. But then it was like, follow my heart and make money. Sometimes it can be like a phrase, or it can be like, I am at peace. Show me the path for me to be at peace. Right? You can choose how you want to state it, but you're claiming what it is. And then if you are working with the journal, on page 11, well, that's cool, actually. Page 11 is like a gateway, 11. At the gateway, you can put your intention in the circle. Okay, so taking a moment to do that. Chris Lynn says, I wish to use all my gifts to spread joy and healing peace to others. I want to connect with my higher self to lead me to fulfilling my purpose and dreams. Yeah, beautiful. It's beautiful. And so if you're framing that as your intention, you could state it like that, I wish, but it's like maybe an I am, because like you're stating what it is. You're stating the path that you are on and what this journey is for you. Okay. Wonderful. You're welcome to share your intention in the comments if you'd like to put it there, and just make sure you have it for yourself as well. Okay. So I invite you to let's take a moment to start to feel your body, noticing your body, noticing just even how you are being in your body. Sometimes when I forget that I'm in my body somehow. How is that possible? But sometimes, and then I'll bring my attention. It's like, oh yeah, actually, it kind of feels better to maybe not squish my organs or sort of, it's so just bringing attention. You don't have to change anything. There's no way you're supposed to be. But when we do start to bring our attention and notice and feel how we are, sometimes it naturally makes an adjustment. But don't force an adjustment because you think you need to like sit a certain way because that's the way, or you need to breathe a certain way because, I gotta have this breath. Whatever you are is fine. This is the beginning of you. Trust yourself where you are. Let yourself love who you are now. That's going to be the doorway in. And yes, you can make adjustments because you hear yourself. You hear what is true for you and what you need. So just taking some time to actually just notice your breath, not to change it, but to really notice it. Just like you'd be watching a river or a stream moving, you're just noticing the movement of it. Maybe it hits a little rock there, splashes over. Your breath as well, just how does it move through your body? How does it move through your body? And just as we're starting to breathe, feel, get into ourself, into our body, I'm going to read a couple of the intentions that I see coming through. If you would like yours to be read, I'll try to get to the ones that I see here. Pam says, to be a light to others and connect to higher self. Krista, I am claiming clarity of my life. I connect easily with my highest self. Evelyn, I am claiming my iconic artist life. Yes. Angela, I am flourishing in my life. Hamera, crystallizing. Pavrita says, my intent, desire is to hear the divine's inspiration, see the source's vision, feel God, goddess's intent for my life with undeniable clarity. Lottie says, I am creating my life in my new frequency. Fabienne says, I'm living a passionate, juicy life on earth while being aligned with my soul. Beautiful. Annette says, I am healed of generational money dysmorphia and experiencing this world as my badass warrior goddess and money-making machine. Awesome. All right. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Just allowing yourself to breathe. We're going to go on a bit of a journey into a bit of a visualization. So you can let your journal just rest for a moment. If you had any markers out or pens, just kind of let it rest. You're going to start to bring the energy and the focus inwards. If you want, you can close your eyes. If it's comfortable, whatever's comfortable. If you want to lie down, if you want to sit up, just what is comfortable for you. And we'll take some time to really be with the breath. So notice your inhale. Notice how that breath travels in your body. And exhale. And start to find your own rhythm with your inhale, noticing how it's traveling, and when it naturally has an exhale. Allowing yourself to have a few cycles of the breath that you're traveling with it. You're just going on that journey with that breath, and it's bringing you into your body. It's bringing your awareness into your body. And there's nothing you need to change. You just get to go on the journey with it. And as you are breathing, allow your energy and your attention to go to a place in your body that's asking for your attention. It may be that there's an ache or a pain, or it may just be some spot that's kind of heating up. So go to a place in your body. It can be absolutely anywhere. It could be a little crevice, a little spot right behind your ear. It could be some deep spot in your intestinal tract. It could be in your toe. It could be in your eyelash. It could be in your heart. You're going to travel to a place in your body, in your body. And maybe you're not quite sure yet where that spot is. Let your breath take you on a journey to a spot. And once you have identified a spot, just place your hand where that is so your body knows that you know where your body's asking for your attention. And if there is any kind of a pain or a physical struggle, and that's what's asking for your attention, I invite you to go there. Our struggles, our pain, our challenges can be portals for us. And so I invite you to bring your consciousness to it, if it's asking for it. So once you have a spot on your body that's asked for your attention for whatever reason, doesn't even need to make sense, doesn't have to be logical. This is going to become your portal into a deeper vision. And so I want you to start to use your consciousness, your energy, your awareness, your ability to sense and your imagination. And I want you to start to go into this point in your body as if it is a portal. And it is a portal that's going to take you deep, deep, deep into your essence. So I want you to approach this portal and notice if it has any kind of an entrance to it, or a shape or a color or a texture. And let yourself enter into it. And it is a portal that is going to take you beyond this realm. But it's through your body. And so go in, and you can go in, like maybe it's like a slide, or maybe it's like some kind of a portal and it's got its own momentum, and it's going to start to take you deep, deep, deep through your body, through the cellular structure, through any energetics, right to space itself. And in this portal, it's going to take you deep, deep, deep into a galactic space. And it's going to take you deep, 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 and far, far, far beyond the stars. And just allow yourself to go. You are connected through your body. And this portal is taking you to your soul's origin. This is a place beyond the stars. And know that this portal knows exactly where that is for you. And let yourself travel through. You're going through deep space. You're going beyond the stars. And there will be a point that you will reach your soul's origin, your home, your energetic home. And just notice when that portal takes you to that, you will reach that place. And let yourself feel and sense your soul's home. Where are you the most yourself? What does it feel like? And if it's an actual place, is there a landscape? Is there architecture? Are there colors? Are there energies? Is there light plasma? Allow yourself to arrive at a place that you know is your true home, where you're from. And you know it because it's where you feel like yourself. Allow yourself to enter this place and look around and explore it. If it is a landscape, if it has some elements of nature, or maybe there's galactic energies. Allow your imagination to fill in what your soul's home is like. A place that you resonate with completely in every aspect. It is a complete match. And as you are exploring, I want you to find some kind of a reflective surface in this space. Maybe there's water, or maybe there is some kind of crystalline reflective surface. Or maybe there's some kind of architecture that has a reflective element, or a shell, crystal. And as you find a reflective surface, I want you to look at that, and I want you to see yourself from your soul's perspective. In this reflection, you can see how your soul sees you. And I want you to really let yourself see whatever is in that reflection, seeing what you are as a soul, as an essence, in your element. Letting yourself take that in. And in this space, I want you to feel around and receive it. Receive, what is this place? What is this energy? Who are you? Where are you from? And I want you to feel in your consciousness a type of breath where you're letting it in, just like you were breathing before. Letting it in, letting it travel through you, and then just letting it move through. There might not be specific oxygen in this realm, but allowing yourself to breathe with your consciousness, letting there be a ripple of movement, of circulation, where you're letting it in and letting it move through you. And you're going to allow this place, this home, this realm, this soul frequency that is you. You're going to allow it to give you a gift. Now, that gift can be absolutely anything. Open yourself to receive from this realm what it would like to give to you that is relevant for you at this time, and let it present that to you. It may be an object, it may be a whisper, it may be a knowing, it may be a sense of something, it may be guidance. Allow yourself to receive a gift from your soul's home. And it is yours, and it does belong to you, and you can fully receive it. And as you receive it, just like you would receive a breath, let it be received. Let it enter you in whatever way. If it's an object, you hold that in your hand. If it's a message, you let that come in. You let it circulate through. And on your exhale, you're going to offer something to your soul. You're going to offer a gift to this home realm from which you come. A gift from you, from what you can give. And maybe it's your love, maybe it's your appreciation, your gratitude, your sense of connection. You're sharing your connection. I want you to give a gift to your soul, this realm, in whatever way makes sense for you. Maybe it is a pearl showing all of the things that you have done to cultivate that pearl, and you're offering it now back to this home. And once there has been a full breath, a full circulation where you have received and you have given a full circulation, you're going to start to feel that portal is going to start to call you back. It's going to start to call you back. And it's going to start to, with a gentle breeze, a gentle current, it's going to start to bring you back through the galactic realm. It's going to bring you back, passing the stars. It's going to bring you back through all the layers you traveled through to reach that place. And it's going to bring you back into your body, through all the cells and the tissue, right back to that spot in your body that was your portal to this realm. And I want you to just bring your attention to that spot in your physical body. Bring yourself back into this space, into this awareness of this land where you are, the space where you are. And then I invite you to write down, to sketch, to record anything that came through, your reflection, the gift that was offered to you. What gift did you offer to it? What did you see in this realm of your soul's home? And take a moment to sketch out, write down what you saw, what you felt, what you sensed, what you received, what came through. Your iconic essence is your soul expressed through you, through every aspect of you, through your challenges, through your highs and your lows, your soul's expression through you. As you start to receive the things that came through for you, see what you're learning about how your soul expresses through you and how it wants to express through you. And when you're ready, you can fill in your sense of your iconic essence. That may be something to be with for a bit. It may be right there and you may want to get it down quickly, and I invite you to go for it. Get it down as you can. But it may also be something that continues to work with you and into your dream time and over the next few days to let that land. Receive what came through for you today. Receive the gift and also acknowledge what you gave as well. There is a circulation, there is a breath. And just keeping your awareness in this moment, but in any moment that you can, just allowing that breath. It's like a circulation. Life is coming in. You get to travel with that current. It moves through and then the energy goes out. There's a giving, there's a receiving, there's a movement. There's things that are, it's like in a motion, and allowing yourself to be with that current. All right. We're going to let that be for today. I feel like we opened up a door there today. And what I would like to invite you to do today and moving forward in these 3 days is mark off this time and space for this journey. Let yourself have this experience. Because there will be moments when we're in these visioning moments, there'll be moments in panel discussions. It's going to start to braid together and weave together pieces. And so receive the gems as they come, even if you're like, gosh, I don't know if that makes sense yet. It's okay. Carve out the space so that it can reveal and illuminate for you. But fully, if there's like a full-on download, like you just go for it. You just like, get that written down. All right. And if you would like, of course, you're welcome to share in the Soul Art community. It's a public group. You can share in there. These are posted there. We're doing the lives there. There is also, we have a Global Vision Quest website where all the replays are recorded and you can see them. And, if you want to go back and you want to I don't want to do that again, I need to go back, you can do that. Okay. The replays are posted on the site the following day. And so this is our day one. This is day one. On day two, we have 2 panels. And in it's where there's going to be panel discussions. And in that, it's like hearing other people talking and kind of there's an integration that happens when we hear people's stories and we reflect on our own story. There's a different integration that happens with that. So I invite you to join us for that. The 2 panels tomorrow, the first one is claiming the power of your iconic essence. And then the second panel is iconic essence in action. So if you're really wanting to go deeper into understanding your iconic essence, which we will be doing over this whole time, but the first session will really, really focus on that, the power of it, what it is. What is it? How do we really understand it? How do we claim that power? How do we really claim it? And in that second panel, iconic essence in action, that's where it's like we start to work with that energy and turn it into life. That can mean business for people. That can mean making money. That can mean designing a home, designing structures and systems for your life. How does that energy of who you are alchemize into a life on this planet? Okay. So those are things that we'll be talking about tomorrow. And then on our third day, I will guide you through a guided visualization to illuminate your thriving path. And that's where you kind of get some steps of what do I do? Today is opening up a connection. Today is starting to feel the deeper depth of who you are and the profound capacity of what you really are. Starting to sense that majestic presence of who you are. All right, so savor that, marinate in that, soak it up, integrate it, be with it, and I will see you tomorrow. We start at 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow for our first panel, and the second one is at 1 Eastern. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this Global Vision Quest. I am so honored and so excited to be journeying with you. All right. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you tomorrow.